Hi, I'm Scott from electricgobike.com. Today we're going to put together a Futuro folding e-bike for you. Your bike's going to come in a box just like this. It may come with the battery inside the box. It may come separate too. We're going to cut the straps on this box to get to the bike. So just grab some scissors and we're going to cut the top here just like that. We're going to open up the top of the box. It's going to have some brass staples on there. Just grab in between and just pull up. Fold this back part down completely. The staples are kind of sharp, so you just want to stay away from them. Some of the stuff is loose on top, so we're going to take some of the stuff out, like the seat and seat post. We're going to set that aside. This is the handlebar to the bike. And we're going to lift this bike out. Now, if it's too heavy for you, what you could do is tilt the box on the ground and slide out the bike. So now, once you pulled out the bike, we're going to cut all the packaging off. Use your scissors to cut these zip ties. Pull up on the zip tie to get it away from the foam, just so it makes it a little easier. When you come to the front of the bike and you're taking off the packaging, you want to be careful not to cut any of these cords. These are going to have your shifter cable, your brake cable, as well as your electric cable from your battery. So we're just going to be careful, and we're just going to cut the zip ties. Back on the rear carrier, there's some zip ties that hold the electrical wire for the brake light. We want to be careful not to cut those. The wheel's going to have what they call a skewer attached to it. We're going to cut that off, the zip tie that's holding that. The skewer is going to come with 2 springs and 2 end pieces. This is the cam action that'll actually lock the wheel onto the fork. The springs are tapered from a smaller section to a larger section. So the skewer, we're going to take off the right side, which is non-lever side. We're going to turn this little knob, take it off. We're going to pull off the spring. We're going to take off the packaging material on the right side. It just pulls off. And we're going to install the skewer. The lever part is going to come on the disc brake side, this disc brake rotor. We're going to shove it through here with that spring still on that side. Shove it through like this, and then we're going to put the spring on. The smaller side closer to the wheel, the larger side on the outside. And we're going to screw the end piece on. Just a couple times, and there you go. We'll put this on in a second, but that's your wheel. Lever on the disc brake side. Now, once we got all the packaging off, we're going to start putting some things together. We're going to start with the handlebar since it's sitting out and ready to go. We're going to lift this piece up. It's going to have a locking mechanism on the side here. Once you lift it up, you're going to close this piece just down like that. It should make a loud knock, and it's secure. Stem basically is going to have a slot in there, and it's going to line with the slot right inside the steer tube here. We're just going to slide it in. It's adjustable height, and we'll set the height once we're done building the bike. We're just going to slide it to, I have it at like number 8, or actually number 6 here. And I'm going to tighten the lever right here. This is a cam action again, so it actually tightens as you close. Just turn it with your palm too. Just use your palm, close it. Now we're going to put on the front wheel on your bicycle. Just remember that the left side, the rotor here, is going to be on your left. We're going to slide it in the dropouts. And we're going to make sure this lever is open. A lot of times this is going to be tight, so we need to open up the skewer. So that would require on the non-lever side to turn it counterclockwise. I'm going to turn it counterclockwise until it slides in here. There it goes. Nice firm pop. Now with this lever, you want to increase tension on it, so you're going to turn counterclockwise or clockwise the non-lever side until the lever hits halfway. When it hits halfway, you're going to close it with your palm, and it should be firm right about there. So if you undid it, it'd be loose right about there and super loose right here. Halfway tight, and then close it with your palm, just like that. Make sure that the wheel sits in all the way. So you want to put some weight on the fork so it's even, so everything is even. Just like that. Next, that we got the kickstand up, we're going to put the seat post in. Your seat and seat post. We're going to open up the lever here so it's nice and smooth. I'm going to slide this right down. I'm going to tighten the non-lever side so it's halfway again. The lever is like in contact halfway, and then close it with your palm. So if your seat is angled upward or lower, you just want to look on the side and see. This one's actually upward, so we're going to lower it. Inside here, there's going to be a big old Allen here, bolt. We're going to loosen that up. Counterclockwise again, so we're going to slide it in. Once we got it loose, slide it in here. And then we're going to look on the side. Let's see, we're going to loosen it a little bit more. We're going to look. It should be horizontal to the ground. And then we're going to tighten it. The bike's going to come with this pump, and we're going to find the valve. There it is. Just turn the wheel so you can get to it. Take off the valve cap. We're going to put this directly on the valve stem. Slide it on. You can push the tube and tire out so it comes out and it holds it. Slide the Schrader valve pump on there, and then close this lever. This will actually tighten it. Once you have it tightened, you can go ahead and start pumping. It does come with like a little foot holder too, so if you could stand, if you want to stand, and just pump it with your hand here. Then we'll take it off. There we go. Place the valve cap here. The next part of this, we're going to put on the front fender and the front light onto the fork. We're going to get the accessories for this, the tool kit. We're going to open up a little box here. Inside we have our pedals, and we have our tool kit. Inside your toolbox, you're going to get some open-end wrenches right here. It's going to be an 8 open-end wrench, a 10 open-end wrench, a pedal wrench, which is basically a 15 open-end wrench, both sides. This should be a 5 or 6, a 4. This is like a 3 Allen with a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver. The screwdriver goes together like this. It just slides in there. There's a little notch in there. You can use the flathead. You can turn around, use Phillips head. We're going to use a little Phillips head screwdriver right here, as well as the 8 and 10. We're going to put on the light right here on the front. There's a Phillips head right here. We're going to stick the screwdriver in. We're going to put the little 8 on the side. We're going to go counterclockwise. We're going to unscrew this. Grab a little nut. Like this. The light is actually going to go right between these two pieces right here. we're going to grab the bolt again, slide it through, and grab the little nut, give it a couple little twists with our hands. We're just going to make it snug for now. We're going to put on the fender as well, and once we put on the fender, we're going to adjust the light and make sure everything's tight. The fender has a bracket, the top and the bottom here. These bottom pieces are going to go towards the bottom of the fork. This top piece is going to go behind the fork brace right here. We're going to untie this. Once we get a little loose, we're going to just use our fingers. The bolt's going to have a little washer. We're going to keep that secure on there. We're going to lift up the light, move it to the side, and grab the fender, slide it over the top, put it next to the receptacle right here. I'm going to put the light right over it. We're going to put the screw with the little washer right through it. There it is. Once we find the hole, we're going to turn it. We're going to turn it enough so it just holds on without falling off. The braces down here use a Phillips head, so we're just going to untighten those. It's going to have a washer again on there on the bolt. Turn it back in there clockwise so it doesn't fall off. We're going to do the other side for the left side. We're going to put it on the inside of this brake wire as well. Screw the screwdriver, screw it in. The big thing about the fender is we want to have the fender off the tire, so we want to lift it as high as it goes. We're going to make sure that the fender is centered over the tire. So just look at it from on top, and you can actually move the fender over. That's centered, so it's equal on both sides. Once you have it tight up here, we can tighten down the bracket on the fork on both sides. We're going to tighten it down with our little screwdriver. Make sure it's nice and secure. Side with our screwdriver. And you just want to make sure that the lens is like perpendicular with the ground, like straight up and down. Not pointing it straight up or pointing straight down, but perpendicular to the ground. We're going to use our screwdriver and our little 8mm open wrench. We're just going to tighten it until it's snug. The next part of this, we're going to put on our pedals. There's a right and left pedal. Each pedal is going to either be a right or left. At the end of each pedal, there's either going to be an R, which is the one that's clearly marked R, or an L. If you stood over the bike, the right side is going to be the right side, the left side will be the left side. So we're going to grab our right side, since this is the right side of the bike, and we're going to turn to tighten it clockwise. And what you can do with this, you can actually turn the whole pedal just to get the thread started. Turn it clockwise just to get it started. You can use your hand for the rest. And it should go on nice and smooth. There you go. And we'll turn it until I can't do it with my hand anymore. What I would do is grab the rear wheel here with our hand, put the pedal wrench on, and you're going to push again with your palm forward until you can't. Super tight. Now we're going to put on the left pedal. The left pedal is a little different than the right pedal in the fact that you're going to turn counterclockwise to tighten it. So we're going to put it on, and counterclockwise on the left side is basically forward. So we're going to turn it with our hands again, get it going. Then again, when it gets tight, we're going to grab our wrench. We're going to put our hand on the tire and push forward with our palm. The last part of this, as far as assembly of the frame goes, we're going to attach the rear rack. The rear rack has two brackets. These brackets are attached in the back right here by a little Allen key. We're going to use our little Allen key here. We're going to loosen up the top. These are kind of loose, but we're going to loosen them up a little bit more so I can pull these down. Loosen the top just a little bit. Loosen the top. Again, counterclockwise just a little bit. I'm going to unscrew these. Again, counterclockwise. And we're going to put this, attach this right here. Now the one thing you want to make sure too is to make sure both of these are already outside the frame. If this arm is inside and you tighten this side, it's going to be impossible to pull it out. So make sure they're both outside the frame. Just snug for now. Pull the back part here all the way to the right and left. We're going to tighten these down. Again, clockwise. Snug. 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 Snug tight too. We're also going to tighten the bottom bolts down here on the rack. Out of the box, these were kind of loose, so you can move the rack back and forth, but we're going to make sure these are tight. Clockwise with the other one. This is a good time too to tighten, make sure these brackets for this fender are tight as well. A larger Allen, we're going to put it in there and just make sure they're tight. Before we put in the battery, we're going to make sure our latching device works properly. This is the lever. This is a little safety. We're going to lift this up. See how it's kind of loose? We're going to give that a couple of turns with our Allen key. So we're going to make this a little bit snug. So it's a little firm, so you have to really kind of push it. You want to overly tighten it, but just firm enough. Still lift it and push it down. There's a little groove where this safety device sits into. You see that? Sits into. Now we're just going to lift it up. And then we're going to open up the lever. To open up the frame, we're going to open up our little safety device again. We're going to lift it up, open the lever, turn the frame open all the way, and it's going to sit here on the ground, just like that. Your batteries are going to come with keys. We're going to take off the rubber band here. We're going to slip this out. The battery's going to come with a lock, so it holds it into the frame. This lock should be on the bottom part as you slide it in. So we're going to slide this in. Just like that. So we're going to turn the key so the locking bar sticks out. We know the battery's secure into the frame. We're going to pull out our key. Remember, your GOBIKE Futuro comes with 2 keys for your battery. You want to keep one of these keys with you and probably keep another key in a safe place. The next part of this we want to do is make sure our brake levers are level. They're equal to each other. So you want to look down at your handlebar. This side's a little bit higher, so we're going to loosen it up and tighten it. This display's a little loose too, so we're going to just turn it so I can get to the bolt here to level it. I'm going to turn counterclockwise. And we're just going to turn it so they're equal. And then we're going to tighten it. And then we're also going to adjust our display so we can see it when we're on the bike. We're going to turn it and tighten it with a little Allen key in the back here, clockwise. The next part of this handlebar, we're going to actually adjust the bell lever too. We're going to just move it over here. The shifter displays come with a little plastic covering. We're going to take that off. We're just going to make sure our brakes work and feel good. This front brake lever feels real good. It pulls down just a little bit before it makes contact. It feels like nice and secure. Nice, good stop. The back one, the same. It's a little bit looser. So to tighten that from the handlebar here, we're going to use this barrel adjuster. This barrel adjuster, you just turn counterclockwise. I'm going to do it like about 2 times here, so it feels good. And with this lock washer, we're going to just turn it next to the brake lever. I'm going to lock it into place. That's good. That's set. I'm going to make sure the gears work properly, so I'm going to tilt the bike on the kickstand a little bit here. And with my hand, I'm going to turn the pedals. And I'm going to click through the gears. The plus here, you'll use with your thumb. It'll go to a harder gear. And this larger lever will push it to an easier gear. It seems to be shifting quite well. If you have a problem with this, you can take this to your local bike store and they can adjust it for you for a small fee. To turn on your GOBIKE, press the M button. Hold it down for 2 seconds. Your screen will appear. There'll be 4 displays: battery life, battery assist, speed, and distance. Out of the box, it comes in a factory kilometers per hour, and we're going to make that miles per hour. We're going to hold down the plus and minus key together. The first screen will be brightness. It's on level 3, which is the brightest. We're going to get to the next level. I'm going to press M. Zeros are going to be kilometers per hour. We're going to press the plus button to get to 1, and we're set. Put both these down again. Here we go, miles per hour. We're going to fold these pedals first. You're going to use your palm, push in. There's a little spring tension on there, and these pedals will fold up just like that. Now we're going to fold the frame. We're going to pull the safety latch up. We're going to open the lever. We're going to turn the bike. Next, we're going to do the handlebars. We're going to push up on this silver lever and push down on the giant lever here. This might be kind of stiff. Just want to turn. Bars will turn just like that. To unfold your GOBIKE, we're going to lift the handlebars up. Close this lever with our palm. We're going to open up the frame here. We're going to lift the front end, turn it, close it with our palm, get the little safety latch, get it down in the groove, push this threaded cable in. We're going to grab the pedals. I'm just going to turn. They'll snap right into place. Both sides, lift up. Hi, my name is Scott from GOBIKE. We just assembled the bike and we showed you how to fold your bike. If you have any concerns whatsoever, you can always take your bike to a local bike shop and have them help you. Thanks.